Hello and welcome to Sleep Deprived. It's just you and me right now, and we're going to answer some questions, some burning questions. I posted on my Instagram what you guys wanted to know about me, and you could dial into 1-800 Sleep Deprived and ask me whatever you wanted. So I've never heard these questions before, so they're going to be rogue. I bet they're going to be rogue, and I don't know how I'm going to answer them, but I can't wait. Also, one last thing, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone who tuned into season 1. Season 2 is going to be a whole lot spicier and a whole lot better. You guys can let me know who you want to see back on the podcast, whether it's Big Eddie. I know you guys want him to co-host, so we can definitely get him back on. Whether you want to see my sister, or if you want another therapy session, with Dr. Solomon. I mean, is he a doctor? No, with therapist Solomon. But let me know in the comments or DM me if you guys want to hear someone in particular. A lot of you guys have messaged me saying you want Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth. That's really nice, but it's really hard to get those people on. So just people that I can get in touch with, that would be amazing. But let's take it away with the questions. I can't wait to hear what you guys want to know about me, and hopefully I answer them truthfully.
Hey, Indy. Firstly, love your new podcast and love your TikTok, love your Instagram, love all of it. Please never stop sharing. So relatable. Absolutely love it. My question is, did you find that you lost a lot of friends when you had a baby? I'm a new mom of a 7, nearly 8-month-old, and I feel like I have no friends. My daughter and husband are my only friends. Do you find that this happened to you? Did your friends kind of love you and leave you? And did you make any new friends, and how did you do that?
Hi, that is a really great question and perfect timing, because only last night I was talking to my sister about friendship breakdowns and how hard it is. I definitely lost all my friends. I lost all my friends. I lost so many friends after having babies, and it's such a sad thing to happen because you don't expect it. And I remember reading things online and saying to Ben that I was going to lose friends becoming pregnant. And he's like, no, you won't. It just won't happen to you. Like, we'll make sure you see them and we'll make sure you make time for them, but you lose all your friends, especially when you are on different paths of your life and you go in opposite directions. You're going to have so many friends fall off your bandwagon. And like my sister said, she compared it to a rocket ship, I think, which was a funny analogy because I wasn't sure what she was saying falls off the rocket ship, but maybe Bella's in the rocket ship pushing people out the window. And that's what she kind of explained. People falling off the rocket ship are those friends while you're going up and up. And I think that's really, it's so true, because you kind of have a family and you have kids, and all these friends just kind of drop off because your lives don't align, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing that happens for you to kind of these friendship breakups besides, I guess, you having a child and a baby and those big transitions in your life. But there's no big fight that makes these friendships break up, which I think makes it really hard, because you kind of just have to settle with the fact that these friendships have broken up because your paths aren't aligning right now, and that's okay. And I think it's really hard, especially when you are pregnant, because you're looking for that village around you and you're like, where are my people at? And all of a sudden you have 15 friends and you're friends from high school and you want to hold on to them, but you're just not going in the same direction right now, and that's okay. Which I'm only telling myself that's okay because it took a long time for me to realize that was okay, and you will meet new friends. And I think there's that thing in your heart, you want to hold on to those friendships that you met at high school because, you know, you want to be their bridesmaids and you want to go to their weddings, and you've picked another path in your life to go on, and you're going to lose some friends. But in saying that, you gain amazing friends. And I've gained some amazing mum besties who are my best friends, and I met them through a mums group, which is so lame, I know. But I joined this mums group, and the nurse put me in one after I had Navy, and I've met these amazing mums who I have a shoulder to cry on, and I can laugh with them, and we can relate, and we can talk about how annoying our partners are and our kids keeping us up at night. And it's, you know, we're on the same path. And I think that is so important with a friendship, and we can communicate and we can hang out and we can, you know, they root for me and they watch me from afar when I'm coming down to Melbourne, and they are so supportive, and I think that is so important, to have supportive friends and to find your clique, whether that's old friends or new friends. And for me, I have a few old friends, but definitely my new friends have been that, that support to lean on. They know how tired I am and they can relate because they have kids and they can really put themselves in my shoes. So I'm so thankful for that new friendship. But you definitely lose friends, and I'm here to tell you, you will lose friends, okay? Don't be caught off guard like me. I was really caught off guard. I was like, what the fuck have I done? Like, I'm 8 months pregnant and all these people have just started dropping off like flies. So yeah, you will lose friends, but on the other hand, you'll meet amazing friends. And if you don't, give it time. But if you still give it time and you still don't meet friends, just know your partner and your baby is all you need. Trust me. That is what I say. I say to Ben all the time. I'm like, if all else fails, I said to my sister last night, looks like I just have you and Ben. But that's fine. That's fine. It's not about the quantity of friends. It's about the quality. Fuck. What? It's not about the quality. No, it's about the quality. It is about the quality. It's not about the quantity. And that is what is most important.
Hey Indy, my name is Fairley, from a fellow mother with hemorrhoids and leaking titties too. I just had a question about how you film your content. Like, realistically, full transparency, how long does it really take to, film and comply one of your day in the life videos, and especially your night routine ones with baby Soul? I always, we see 1 minute of your clip, so I'm like, how much effort does that take, setting up the lights and stuff like that? And also, how does Big Eddie feel about that? I feel like he seems really freaking great because he's always up with you and seems really supportive. But yeah, give me some full transparency. How much effort and time does that really take? Love your content and have been around since 2020. So stoked you've got a podcast. Congratulations.
Hi. Okay, that is a really great question, because I do think with content creators, you see how manicured their videos are and you're like, oh my God, that looked like it took a whole production team. But truly, my day in the life, my morning vlogs are so easy. I just do one take. I know, surprisingly, the trolls won't believe this, but I actually don't make my kids act like monkeys and do the same thing over and over to get the content. They're actually just that cool. So I once saw this comment and was like, oh my God, like, imagine forcing your kids to wear a helmet and like putting them on a motorbike just to get the content. I'm like, no, my kids are actually that cool. They just do it without me forcing them, which makes my job super easy. I only have to do one take. But that is the quickest, the editing takes the longest time, to find time to sit down, to have my head in the phone and to actually edit the video. But yeah, my morning routine, I just do one take. I don't ever take more than one take unless it's me. I get like this weird OCD, like me shutting a door or me pressing a button. Like, I want to make sure I get before I press it. I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, my morning videos are super quick. They're super like, what you see is what you get. I don't make my kids act like monkeys for the content. I just take it as it is and put my phone down. So I'm super present. But those nighttime videos that you spoke about, wow, well, they probably did need a production team. Like, the Chemist Warehouse production team should have been in the next bedroom, because I wanted to show you guys what a realistic nighttime routine looked like with a newborn and as a mum of 3. But, I really had to turn on the big light because I didn't want you wouldn't have seen what I was doing if I kept the light off. And a lot of people were like, turn off the light. That's why she keeps waking up. I'm like, guys, I'm showing you what this is like. But I just set my phone up. I don't do anything any different, which I think probably comes to a surprise to a lot of people, because I don't put on makeup and I don't wear my best outfit. I just kind of set my phone up and show you guys what real life is like, and especially those nighttime routines during the night. I was up 3-4 times a night, and I was filming that when I was like in the worst time, 6-7 weeks when she's not sleeping through. I think it was like actually further along. I think it was like 9 weeks, and I'm at my wit's end and I'm so exhausted. So these videos, I'm like rocking. I have milk all over me. And I just set my phone up against the lamp and I just filmed when I started doing it and then stopped it when I stopped, turned off the light and went to bed. And then I would just edit in the morning and do timestamps to show you guys. But yeah, full transparency, I film on TikTok. It's super easy. Some people would say that's risky because obviously the app can crash. and you can lose all your content. But I just film on that, and I'm super lucky because I want to show you real life and I want to be relatable. So I don't put on a face of makeup and I don't wear my best outfit and I don't pretend to be someone I'm not. Obviously, like anything, I have an element of privacy. So I don't show you everything. Like, I'm not going to show you wiping my ass or something like that. But I show you, I don't sugarcoat reality. I just show you my reality. But yeah, that's basically my videos, and how long it takes. It's quick. But yeah, cool. Shut the fuck up, India.
Hi, Indy. Love from America. I'm already super obsessed with the podcast. Just finished listening to the first episode, and I feel like I've grown closer to you and have gained an even deeper respect for who you are and what you do and what you put out into social media. But with that being said, because I became so invested, I did a deep stalk at your on your Instagram to look at your old posts and saw you hung out with Jay Alvarrez in the very beginning. And I just want to know a story time of how you met and how you became friends and if you still are friends. Anyways, good luck with the podcast. Sending you lots of love.
Hi, that is such a great. Oh, why do I keep saying that? That is not a great question, but hi. I mean, what? Sorry, hi from America. Hi, America. That's really funny because so many people ask me how I know Jay Alvarrez, and that is a funny story because basically when I was younger, I would always go to Hawaii. I was super into surfing, as you guys know, and Hawaii was just like my sacred place. That is where I went to feel zen and eat acai bowls and poke bowls. And when I was 16, I entered a competition online when I was sitting in food tech. I was always trying to enter like competitions to win a trip to Hawaii because it's literally where I wanted to live. Like, I wanted to be in Hawaii. I wanted to marry a Hawaiian. I asked my sister on the weekend, like, what did you think I was going to do when I was older? And she said she thought I was going to marry a Hawaiian and live in Hawaii. So I entered this competition for an underwater camera, right? And it was 25 words or less. What would you film in Hawaii and why with this camera? And I'm sitting in food tech and I am like pulling out all the terms in Hawaii and like trying to be a local, and like I'm gonna be filming myself like surfing in the green room at Pipeline and like eating a poke bowl at Kahuku Superette. Like, if you know, you know. And I made it very, I guess, you know, all the local things. And I won this trip to Hawaii. Obviously I won. My best thing at school was creative writing. Like, I was so good at that. So I won this trip to Hawaii and I posted on my Instagram that I was going to Hawaii because I had just won a 7-day trip. I took my mum. And I didn't know Jay Alvarrez at the time, but he was following me and he replied to my story being like, oh my God, I live there, let's hang out. So I went to Hawaii when I was 16 and we hung out probably the first day I arrived, and he literally came around the Hawaiian island with my mum, like showing us around. We went surfing, we got acai bowls. He like took us around kind of like a tour guide, and we hung out and we kissed, and I thought he was going to be my boyfriend, but then I didn't realize that's what he did with every girl. But no, he was such a legend. He was so cool, and he still is so cool, and he's such a little Hawaiian kid. He reminded me of that movie, like Mowgli. You know that little guy? You know that little like Tarzan? Yeah, you know. Anyway, and he's a really cool guy, and that's how we met. And we hung out a few more, you know, every time I went back to Hawaii, we'd always hang out. I would take my friends over to his house. Like, he was so accommodating and he was such a legend, and he still is. I haven't spoken to him for a while, but he was a really cool guy and such a true Hawaiian local. And he loved, I didn't want to say he loved me, but like, you know, he loved just kind of showing me around the island and my friends, and we just hung out when we went there. But that's how I met him. He reached out when I was 16 when I said I was going to Hawaii, and the rest is history. Not really, not history at all.
Hi, Indy. It's Kate. I'm 24 years old and I'm currently living in Spain with my husband and our beautiful boy who just turned 2 months old. And one thing we're always getting is that we're so young to be parents, which I don't think we are. But I wanted to know how you felt being a young parent with Navy and how that compares to how you feel now being a young parent with 3 kids.
Hi, Kate. Well, you know, that's funny because I actually only said to Ben last night, This week we have Navy's preschool drinks with all these teachers and friends at like a golf club, and I'm so excited. But it made me think I'm gonna be the youngest parent there, and I was like to Ben, imagine if I got like super shit faced. He was like, I wouldn't let you, and I was like, no, I know, but like imagine like I'm the youngest there. Obviously I don't know if I look the youngest, but like people will know I'm the youngest there. Imagine if I acted like someone in their early 20s, like how I could easily act, but I've just got 3 kids. And I think about that all the time because I obviously have kids, so you have to grow up quite quickly and you have to mature and you have responsibilities. Like you're literally looking after life. Like it is up to you to keep these little humans alive. But then I do look at my friends who are my age, or I look at what people are doing when they're my age, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to act like that. Like, I don't want these responsibilities. And even though I love them so much, they're huge responsibilities. And I know I'm a young mum, and definitely when you take your kids to some places, people look down on you and they don't think you know anything or anything at all because you're a young parent. And that happened to me once when I took Navy to the ER, and these doctors were just treating me like shit because obviously they just thought I was this young mum that knew nothing, and I was kind of advocating for my kid. So there's definitely pros and cons about being a young mum, and I didn't feel that young having Navy. Like I didn't feel young at all. But now having 3 kids by 26, I feel really young. Like I'm like, shit, I'm in my mid-20s and I'm going to preschool drinks with all these older parents. Like this is just crazy. Like I feel a little bit, I don't feel self-conscious, but I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm any less than them because I'm younger. Like we all have the same struggles and we're all parents with the same responsibilities just because I'm younger. Like I'm not dumb, okay? Like we're still in the same boat. Just because you're 10 years older than me, I'm not dumb. Like I might not be as well lived as you, but I still feel everything you feel, and I shouldn't be spoken down to or treated differently because I am young. And I think there still is that barrier that needs to be broken. Just because you're a young parent doesn't mean you're any less than an older parent, you know? Just because maybe I haven't had a career or done other things that maybe this older parent has done, it doesn't make me any different, and it shouldn't make you feel any different because you are just as wonderful as those older parents, okay? Don't let anyone tell you different.
Hey Indy, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I can definitely see myself being like a stripper or something. I'm kidding. Mum and Dad, I'm kidding. I don't know. In 10 years, that's really interesting because I say all the time that, you know, I've had my time. I can't do that. I can't do this. And Ben is always like, yes, you can. Why can't you do that? You can go back and study and become a forensic. And I'm like, Charles, I'll be like the oldest forensic there. Like, I don't think I can do that. But I definitely think I'm going to get a third wing, or whatever that saying is, a third wind, second leg, whatever you want to say. And I definitely think I'm going to focus more on my career, whatever that will be. I've always wanted to be a zookeeper. So that would be cool and random, you know, just to do things like that and try things, because obviously my kids are going to grow up and they're going to be at school. So I've got so much free time, and I would love to do something I've never done before, like volunteer at a zoo, or I really want to get I know this is so random, but I want to become part of Wires and then start bringing animals in. I think that would be really cool. Like, you know, the lady with all the cats, like I want to be like that with all the native animals around where I live. So yeah, in 10 years, I definitely think I'm going to have a career of some sort. Don't ask me what that is. Like it could be something completely rogue, or I'm going to have all these native animals living in my house that I'm looking after.
Hey Indy, my question is, what's one piece of advice you would give your younger self prior to having kids? Love your videos. Bye.
One piece of advice I would give to my younger self would definitely be, I took this advice though, it would be dance to the beat of your own drum. Like, do not care what other people around you are doing, and do what you want to do. And I have always lived by that, and I think that's very important in today's society. You really got to dance to the beat of your own drum, because everybody's going to judge you no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if your friend's going to uni and you don't want to go to uni. Don't go to uni. Like, do whatever you want to do. And I know there can be so much pressure with what your parents want you to do, or what society's telling you to do, or what your friends are doing. And I think for a younger girl or boy, do what makes you happy, because you only live one life, and that one life is so important. And happiness is so important. So whatever's going to make you happy, whether that's not going to uni, volunteering somewhere, working at a charity, traveling the world, not traveling the world, it doesn't matter what you do, but do what makes you happy and dance to the beat of your own drum, because at the end of the day, it is your life.
Hey Indy, my name's Barbara and I'm such a huge fan. I wish I could literally babysit your kids. But my question for you is, if you could change one thing about society, what would you change?
That's a really great question. And I know I'm saying this to all the questions, but that is really great because there are many things I would change. There are many things I would change. But you know what? I think I would change somehow. I don't know how I would do it, but online cyberbullying is my number one thing that I would somehow change. I don't know how I would do it, but I think for me, it is super scary having kids and knowing this is a world we're growing up in. Cyberbullying has been happening for so long, and I hate that these faceless motherfuckers, I'm kidding, I hate that these people are behind a screen and they're anonymous and they think they have so much power because they're anonymous, and they're these, I don't even want to see what these people look like behind the screen, but I just hate that they can so happily bully someone that they don't know, or troll someone, or bring someone down, whether that's an influencer or someone at school. I hate faceless people, and I hate that cyberbullying is such a dangerous epidemic that's happening. It's scary, and it's scary for me because I have children, and growing up in a world where social media is such a quick evolving industry, and so many people have access to the internet and have access to phones and apps, and things can be anonymous. It's super scary, and it's super dangerous for kids, not only for their confidence but for their mental health. So that is one thing I would change. I don't know how the fuck I would change it. I would change it in a heartbeat if I could, and I would kill every person, but I'm kidding. And no, but I would love to see every person lined up in front of me and beat them to the ground if they were a cyberbully, and if they did that, and if they've ever been anonymous behind a screen and said hateful comments to someone about their appearance or how they act or their personality. I would love to hit every single one of them. I just a slap with a wooden spoon across their head. Or
I would like to know, what was the best thing that happened after you had kids? Like, besides having the kids, what's the best thing that has happened to you?
best thing that's happened to me after having kids. I mean, besides the kids, well, that's great. I'm still working on that. No, the best thing would be, do you know what? I actually think if we're going to keep it on kids, because there's so many great things that have happened, like, launching this podcast, for example, I feel for me that has been so amazing because number one, I've been given a microphone just to rant. And number two, I can kind of connect to you guys on a deeper level and you can learn more about me. But if we're keeping it on track with having kids, the best thing that's happened to me is kind of watching these kids grow up together. It's really cool to kind of see siblings and their relationships form. Like, it's something no one can really prepare you for because, you have all these things in your head, what it's going to be like. They're going to be so happy. They're going to be, they're going to love each other in cuddles, and just watching that relationship form, and even just watching Navy look into the eyes of Sol and hold her hand and feed her the bottle. Like, you can see this pure love. Like, they don't know anything but love, and it's so beautiful to watch it evolve and what he's thinking. And like, for him, he's just been given the sibling. Like, how amazing. Like, for me, I've like grown this child. Like, treat your sibling with respect. I've just grown this child for you to have a sibling. And then just watching him kind of love this little creature like Sol. Like, he loves Bambi too, but they really fight like cats and dogs. But Sol especially, like Navy, is obsessed. Like, he wants to cuddle Sol 24/7. He wants to hold Sol. He wants to feed Sol. He wants to change Sol's nappy. Like, he is sickly obsessed with her. So watching those relationships form is really special for me. And I think it's the best thing that's happened because it kind of makes all those hardships during pregnancy worth it. It's very cliche, but it does. It's like, oh my God, wow, this is beautiful. Then when they fight, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. But that is definitely my favorite thing. The best thing that's happened to me is sibling love. Sibling love.
Hi, Indy. Love your podcast. It
Thank you.
is amazing. But I have a question. What made you go for an older guy? Like, I've always wanted to know, is it the looks? Was it the sex? Was it the maturity of him? Like, I just want to know, is it the way to go?
I think I have daddy issues. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's really interesting because I actually think I've always been into older guys. Obviously, not like 75-year-olds, but from a young age, I grew up super quick, like I've spoken about before. And I think growing up super quick makes you mature more quickly. And I think that's what I was looking for in a guy, like a more mature guy that could match my intellect. Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm actually kidding. But I mean, I was looking for a more mature guy. And I think it's because I have grown up fast and been around my siblings who are older and all their friends. So I enjoyed that. And I think, guys in their 20s, girls are a lot more mature. If you're 23 and a guy's 23, a girl is a lot more mature. And I loved that. And I loved that. And I wasn't looking for a guy like 12 years my senior. Like I wasn't out looking for someone like that. I just kind of, Ben and I attracted each other because we had the same morals and the same values. And I never saw age as a thing. I never really ever saw age, and to this day it's never affected me because we're so aligned in the way I guess, I wanted kids young, he wanted kids, I wanted the same things in life, we had the same morals, the same values, the sex was great, we don't have sex anymore, so that's great. We're going through the housemate phase, which is interesting at the moment, but we're getting through that slowly. But nothing really made me go for an older guy besides the fact that I was always attracted to guys a little bit older than me because I just grew up fast and we were kind of on the same level with our mindsets. Not that younger guys are like dumb. Girls are just a lot more mature. And me knowing what I wanted from a young age and meeting him and we were so aligned like that, I think that really made us click. If he didn't want kids or if I was in a different stage of my life, we probably wouldn't have aligned and I probably would have just gone on to find another guy. But yeah, there was no reason why I went for like a Ben who was so much older than me. We just aligned and everyone in my family loves him. He gets along with everyone, which I'm so grateful for. And we get along really well and I really appreciate his wiseness in some scenarios. Not everything, but he can really be insightful and give me great advice on things because he's not wiser. I wouldn't say he's wiser, but he is, well-traveled and he has some great views on the world, which help me make some great decisions in life. Yep. Sweet.
Hey Indy, I just want to say that I love you so much and you're so inspiring and such an amazing mum. I just want to ask, how do you stay motivated and how do you have the time to do your workouts and like keep on track with your challenge that you're doing? Any tips, that would be fab. I love you so much and wish you all the best.
Hello. Well, it is hard to find motivation every day and it is hard to keep on track and hold yourself accountable, especially when you're putting yourself first. And I think for me, because I am a mum of 3 kids, I don't get much time to myself unless I sleep. And even then, one of them is always awake or in my bed. So me working out is truly my 35, 40 minutes I get to myself where I know Ben will take the kids. I have my earphones on. He won't even let the kids walk outside. He will lock all the doors so everyone is trapped inside or he'll take them to the park. And that is my time to shine, baby. Like I am there. I am box jumping. I'm doing kettlebell swings. I am getting up a sweat and that is my time. And it's not just for to look good. I do it for my mental health and I do it because getting those endorphins pumping and sweating really does a whole lot for your mood, your mental health, how you feel about yourself, how you view your body. Like it is so important just to have that time to yourself and just to work out and to feel good and to sweat. And I think that is my motivation, is just knowing that this is my time. This is the only time I get, during the day for myself. And it makes me a better mum. And I know that also sounds so cliche. I'm like, oh, it makes me a better mum. But it really does. If I have time to myself, which is rare, but this is my time every single day, and I can work out and I can feel good and I can work up a sweat, I am such a better mum to my kids. Like, I don't snap at them because I've had this time out and I've listened to my trap music, and I can just be a better mum because I'm so much more patient and loving because my cup has been filled up. So that is probably that's what keeps me motivated, and that's what I love getting up to. And I'm even at the point where I set my alarm. I didn't this morning because I had to leave at 4:30, but I usually, like before I went away, I had to set my alarm, and I worked out at 5 a.m. before the kids woke up. And it's a really cool feeling because you're making time during the day to do something for yourself. And putting yourself first, I think, is the first step to self-love. And it felt really good. And I've been doing this 8-week challenge. I'm 6 weeks in, and I've put myself first. And I can honestly say I'm such a way better mom. I'm so happy and I'm so chilled. I'm not as snappy. And I just overall, my mood is more just mellow. I'm not such a crazy bitch that goes up and down. I'm just zen, baby. I'm zen. I'm so chill.
Hi guys. So my
Hi.
question is there anything that you took from your parents' parenting style and added that to how you parent your 3 kids now? Like you took something
Yeah,
from
no,
them
I get
because
what you're
you
saying.
liked the way that they parented you in that way. If so, what was it? And also, is there anything that you promised yourself that you wouldn't do, and that you promised yourself that that's not how you want to parent? Love ya.
Love ya. Yeah, there is actually. There's many things that I am doing that I've taken from my parents. One of them would be, what would that one be? Making my kids all have sleeps like till they're 15, honestly. Like, I see why. So every afternoon, my parents would make us have a nap or a lay down for like a good hour and a half. I probably had to do that up until I was 17 years old. And I am going to do that to my kids. Like, Navy, never wants to sleep anymore. And I'm like, you're having a lay down or you're watching a movie and you're not speaking to me for an hour, okay? I just need this time. And I see why my mum did it, because she would be so exhausted with 5 kids. She's like, I just need this time. I need to not feel overstimulated. I need you all to shut up and let me just have this time. So that's one thing I'm taking from them. Another thing I'm taking from them is allowing your kids to be kids and explore and to be outdoors. I think that's an amazing upbringing and an amazing childhood, just to let kids be kids and just to play outside and to get a little bit bored. Not give them everything, but let them use their imagination. So, my kids love toys, but they love just being outdoors and kind of making up scenarios and imaginative play and looking for bugs and just having a magnifying glass. So I am taking that aspect of just letting kids be kids and letting them grow up outdoors and climb trees and experiment life on their own, obviously age appropriate things. So that's another thing I'm taking from them. What else? Things that I'm doing differently. I'm letting my kids eat junk food 24/7. But by saying that, they eat such healthy food. But I have the best pantry and the best fridge. Like, everyone comes over and they're like, oh my God, we love your pantry and fridge. My sister especially, she clears me out at home. And my brothers love my string of cheese I always have in the fridge. But my parents always had, we could have a packet of chips in our lunchbox, but that was the extent. We never had chocolate or lollies, and I would go to people's houses and they were like, oh my God, this girl is crazy on sugar, because I was never allowed sugar. I would binge eat sugar sour straps at my friend's house. And so that really made me a sugar addict. Yeah, that's one thing I do differently. And it's really funny to watch my parents kind of just sit back and watch me do it, because they obviously want to say something so bad and be like, why are they having chocolate for breakfast? But they've kind of just accepted it. Like, they don't really step in with my parenting anymore. I know they obviously wanted to at the start, and my mum would come in and be like, why is Navy watching TV when he eats his dinner? I'm like, that's just how we do it, mum. Or, why does Navy have an iPad? Why is he watching an iPad while he eats dinner? I'm like, because he's eating his food. Like, and now they've really stepped back and they just kind of let me do whatever I want without having too much of an opinion, which is great because I do things differently. And I think that's what's cool. I've taken a few things from the way my parents have parented me, and I've taken a few things from online and grandparents and this, and I've kind of just mixed it together and made a big concoction of fucking wild parenting. But no, it is cool how you can take some things, and there's some things that your parents did or do or whatever when you were growing up, and you're like, I am not doing that. And I guess sugar was one thing my parents never gave us. And yeah, it's cool to be able to just mix and match, baby. Mix and match like a cotton on bikini. So I have just brought in Bella Wolfgang because with dating questions, I feel like we all need her input on this because she is one rogue bitch. And we're going to have to run that question again because I want her to have the full question.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're going to give you our opinions. And obviously we're sisters, so it could differ or it could be the same. But let's roll that question.
Let's do it.
Hi Indy, Ashley from Cape Town, South Africa here. I have a dating advice question for you just because you and Ben are absolute relationship goals and I just love your whole family and would love that for myself one day. I have a guy friend who I've been best friends with for 10 years now, and we have such a deep connection. We can literally speak about anything, and the timing's just never been right. We've always both either been in relationships or healing from those, but we're both single now. He called me the other night and we spoke for 4 hours on the phone, and he's asked me to go to lunch next weekend. So I would love your thoughts. Do you think I should tell him that I think we're soulmates? Or should I wait for him to make the move or see what the vibe is with him? I would really love your advice and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, Indy. I love your podcast and just love you lots.
Thank you so much. You're in a tough situation, doll.
No, I think they're in a great situation. They're both single now.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's her soulmate.
Yeah,
It's
but
amazing.
Okay, I know that's amazing, but don't say it on the first date.
No, absolutely not,
Don't
Ashley.
say it on the I thought it was Kate.
Was it Kate? I thought it was Ashley. I don't think you should say it on the first date. I agree. We agree that you shouldn't say it on the first date.
No, because you might scare him away.
You will absolutely scare the living daylights out of the poor man.
Yes.
It's too much.
He might run for the hills.
He might highly likely run for
But
the hills.
I do think, but then again, in saying that, I think transparency and honesty is so important for a relationship. And if you want it to be something, maybe... Would have I said it to Ben on the first date? Maybe if I was drunk enough. If you get drunk, I reckon say it.
No, absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't say it. Play the game, babe.
Oh, not this
Play
game
the game
again.
a little bit. Be honest and be transparent, but don't sit down at your first lunch with him and say, I think you're my soulmate.
No, see, I think that's actually
Crazy.
Kind of cute now I think of it.
Not cute.
It's sweet.
No, it's really nice. I think you guys have been on each other's radar for a long time. I think that's really nice. That's really cool. But just like feel it out, have a little kiss, see where it goes, gauge. Like obviously you've got chemistry and you've got like a vibe going on. But I think like calling someone your soulmate is quite a big thing. And I don't know if you want to put all your cards on the table first date.
Do you know what I think you do, Ashley?
Get married.
Get married and have 3 kids in the space of 5 years. I'm kidding. I think you should kiss him at the end of your date. And then
see how the vibe's going.
Well, no, okay, if the vibe's there, okay, I'm not just saying hook up with him. If the vibe's not there, Isabella.
Yeah.
And I think kiss him, and then if that kiss is magical like butterflies, pull away and say, I think you're my soulmate.
That's cute.
I
That
thought you
is
were gonna say
cute.
that's creepy.
No, it is cute. No, I think that's cute. But like if you met a guy,
Yeah.
I guess they've been vibing for a little while. I just think you shouldn't put all your cards on the table. And I think with guys, they like the chase. Like I said last time, guys love the chase because they are naturally hunters. And I think if you are going to literally play all your cards on the table on the first date, you're shooting yourself in the foot a little bit. Some guys might like it. Some, not many. Some. I think you vibe him, you like him, that's amazing. You've got lunch date, see what the vibe's like. But I wouldn't be like all my cards on the table. I think you're my soulmate and we should get married.
Would you take your clothes off on the first date? You would. Yeah, let's not ask you. You would.
Well, where are we? Are we?
It doesn't matter where we are. You would take them off anywhere, Bella.
No, I wouldn't.
Uh-huh.
I
Ashley,
wouldn't.
I think
You're just disagreeing. You said you agree with me. Don't say it straight up.
no, I'm just saying, no, but now I'm kind of saying if it feels like he's the one after you kiss, or if it's vibing and you're vibing, I think
Play the game, babe.
What do you have
Play
to lose?
the game.
I think it's sweet, a soulmate.
She can go for lunch with him the following week and say it.
But if
Don't
she feels
confess,
it-
never confess your love on the first date.
No,
It is
Ashley, I disagree.
creepy and crazy.
No, it's not. It's sweet.
Confessing your love on the first date, don't
Bella,
do
a
it.
soulmate's a soulmate.
Sorry, it's weird.
Well, one of us has found their soulmate and the other one hasn't.
Well-
And I would have confessed my love on the first day.
You would never. You would never.
I would have. I totally would have. We spoke for 6 hours.
You don't go, oh my God, I think you're my soulmate.
I would have if I had that confidence. But if you want to play it on the safe side, then listen to Auntie Bella.
I think keep your cards.
Keep your
Keep
class.
your-
Keep your
I just think you should hold some things back. You know, save it for the second date. Keep him wanting more. Keep him wanting more.
Next one.
Hi, Gal. Been following you for a long time. Absolutely love you and your family. So my boyfriend's been leading a double life. He's been cheating on me with some doll up in Sydney, and I'm only after finding out, and I don't know how to deal with these type of things. So any fucking what you call it? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. He is a cunt.
We agree.
He is a cunt. He is a bloody cunt.
We agree.
I'm lost for words.
I am speechless. So I think what she's saying, she's found out that he's cheating is what's happened. He's leading a double life.
What a cunt.
What? Kick him to the curb
Yeah.
faster than...
Nah, but you know what? Change the locks if you're living together.
I don't know what the situation is, but he needs to go.
He needs to go.
He's
but
in the bin.
Be smart about it first. Don't just let him off the hook.
Rob him first.
Take his cards, spend his cards, go to hotels,
Drive his car off a
drive
cliff.
his cars, change the locks on the house if you have an apartment together. Take his pet dog.
I guess...
Don't leave him with anything.
Did she say they live together as well?
Well, I'm just making that up.
I think you kick him to the curb. I think he's a dirty, rotten cheater, and I think you can't repair. How do you come back from that? How do you get the trust back? Relationships are literally all trust. They're built on trust. So if he's literally broken every bit of trust there is in the relationship by cheating and living a double life, continuously cheating. It's not a one-off. He's obviously like doing it over and over,
You
and she's
deserve
just
better.
found out. You deserve so much better. Kick him to the curb,
Yeah.
and go forth and live your best life, because you know what?
You deserve better.
Let the dogs have their fleas, I say, or whatever the saying is. I don't think I got it. Something about dogs and fleas. No, that's not it.
I think, there's more to life than that mad. And I think there's plenty of fish in the sea.
So many.
And you don't deserve that. You are
No.
a strong, independent woman. Women are the better sex.
The faster you cut him out of your life, the better your life will be. Get rid of him.
As hard as it would be. And we should have said sorry. We're sorry to hear that.
It's awful.
Like,
No, we
that's
feel for
awful.
you.
That is so sad.
We
I'm
are
sorry that
going-
you found that out.
Yeah.
But you deserve better. And I think you should just kick him to the curb and sleep with his best friend.
Yes, absolutely. All of his best friends. All of them.
And his dad.
And his grandfather. And his dad's grandfather. Yeah, no, there's no excuse for that behavior. And the faster you cut that toxic energy leech man out of your life, the better your life will be.
And
Vamonos.
he's a cunt.
Amen.
Preach.
Hey Indy, it's Bella. What's your favourite TikTok artist and why?
Favorite dog?
Favorite TikTok artist and why?
Ah.
Like an
TikTok artist? Like
yeah,
a musician?
singer? Who?
A
Favorite
creator.
TikTok creator.
Ah.
Well, that's a
a good
really good question. Because obviously I'm yours.
You'll never pick mine. Oh. Yes. Because it's you, right? I didn't think you'd get it. Oh my God, you're so smart.
Who's yours?
You'd never pick it. No, like one of them. Like, I watch the weirdest shit.
Like what?
No, like, oh, you tell me yours first.
No, I just asked yours.
Okay, one of mine that I find so therapeutic, like there's a
Yeah.
few, but one of them I find so therapeutic is this, like, kitchen, like a garden to table cook, and she goes and she grows all these vegetables.
That's not very weird at all.
Oh, it's so something I would never do in my life. She grows all her fruit and vegetables and she goes out and picks them all and then she goes and cooks it all.
Is this the one that talks about like garden as in like smoking garden?
No.
Oh.
No, like she grows all this stuff, grows everything, and she goes, let's go grocery shopping.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. She's not a smoking garden.
Speaking code word?
What? Okay, it's the end of the day. I know. Okay, you tell me yours. What? I'm not speaking in code.
Okay, there's this girl on TikTok and she speaks in code word about her garden. And I'm like, and she comes onto the camera and she's super blazed. And she's, no, you're not
She's
talking
not
about
on my
that.
For You page. No.
Okay.
This is wholesome, family, PG friendly. Navy could watch this girl. You'd let Navy watch her.
Well, do you know who my
No.
favorite is right now? And
No.
I think it's Nara Smith. Obviously, she's everyone's favorite at the moment, and I love her because it is so polar opposite to my life.
Yeah, that's true. I can
She
see
wears
that.
an apron. She makes peach puree custard
yeah.
for their breakfast.
Cobbler.
She makes them like Cheerios from scratch.
Oh no, she's amazing. Oreo cookie ice
She
cream.
is literally incredible, and she's 38
Yeah.
weeks pregnant. I'm
Yeah.
like, how do
No,
you do this,
she's a
Nara?
robot.
She's so beautiful.
She's incredible.
So she's probably my guilty pleasure because I look at her and I'm like, oh, what a life that would be. Like, obviously, she's just showing what she wants to show, and I'm sure her kids are
Yeah.
not as,
I
like,
think
maybe
she has a
crazy.
little cook in the back that she doesn't show.
Maybe her kids are down the bottom whisking the butter.
I genuinely don't believe it's all her.
Really?
She doesn't have a hair out of place. She's just
She doesn't
using
break
her
a sweat, though.
hand.
She's good at cooking.
She doesn't break a sweat. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
And also, I want to know, like, where did she learn to cook like that?
Yeah, because I don't even think
She's young too. She's like 24.
Yeah, she's really young.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because even
didn't-
following cookbooks, like remember that time you cooked
she doesn't
brownies?
follow a cookbook.
No,
Oh,
but
yeah.
when you cook brownies, you still mess them up.
Yeah, even with a recipe.
Yeah, so
Nara,
she's-
teach us your ways.
She's definitely my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
She has been for a long time.
Yeah,
Then she's gotten
okay.
really big.
Yeah, I like it. Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Nice. Unusual.
Nice.
No. Different.
Who is your hall pass?
Drake.
Jason Statham.
Who is that?
You don't know who Jason Statham is?
Wait, Transformers.
I don't know. Rosie Huntington Whiteley's husband.
Ryan
Also,
Gosling.
no, Jason Statham.
Who is that?
I say the name Ryan Gosling. No. Also, Chris Hemsworth. If you're listening to this, Chris Hemsworth.
I wanted him on the podcast, but
He
now you just
is-
ruined it. Elsa won't let him on now.
Oh, I won't be here.
Oh,
I'll just
thank
be
fuck.
creeping in the bush behind.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah,
he's
he's
always been
beautiful.
my hall pass. But Jason Statham,
I need a visual of
a
this
knockout.
guy.
Rosie-
What movie is he
he's
on?
so hot. He's in all Guy Ritchie's movies. He always plays the gangster. As you know, I obviously clearly like the bad guys, the bad boys. I love the bad boy.
Yes.
He is so
The bald
beautiful.
one?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Oh, he has
Stunning.
nice eyes.
He's gorgeous.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's so hot.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Like, zoom in.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's cute. You
Liam and Jason.
could- together.
It'd be a lot.
That, yeah.
Would be
Oh, yeah, that'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah,
I'd be
wow.
overwhelmed. I'd have to tell one to sit in the corner.
And watch and film.
Yeah.
Mine would be Drake.
Drake.
Oh my God, I love
Drake's
Drake.
hot. I would be happy for just to sit there and just have Drake sing for me. That
During
would
a
be
lap
enough
dance?
for me.
Yeah.
Just sing
Oh, he's beautiful.
and dance. That would be gorgeous.
Yeah, I would happily.
Just fully clothed. He doesn't even have to be naked.
No, he has to be naked.
And he's so beautiful. Like, I'm obsessed with him. I'm
overwhelmed.
obsessed with his personality.
He's
Not that I know
beautiful.
him. That, like, this is the parasocial relationship I have with him.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the, like, how he wears those big guards when he, like, perform. Like, I'm obsessed
Hot.
with him.
Hot.
I tell Ben he's my hall pass.
Yeah.
And then he tells me he's hall pass. I'm like, no, she's fucking not.
Oh, who is it?
I don't know. Remember? You asked him. And then I got really offended. He was like, Megan Fox. I'm like,
Oh.
rude.
Jeez.
I should be your one and only.
Yes.
Love.
I get the
I
hall
am your
pass.
Megan Fox.
Yeah.
How dare you have a hall?
Is that why you dyed your hair brown?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it.
He said, he actually
Yeah.
told me after I dyed my hair, he said to me,
Slightly.
brunettes are sexier. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
you tell me that now.
Yeah, wow.
After you married a blonde. That's nice. So, guys, this made me think, what do you guys want to hear for season 2? I mean, there's so many things we could talk about. We could have crazy Auntie Bella back on this podcast talking about her wild European stories, or we could have Big Eddie featuring again, talking about parenting and life living with me. But there's so many things we could talk about. I just want to know what you guys want to hear, because obviously I'm doing this podcast for you guys, and I want to give you guys more of an insight into my life and what I get up to behind the scenes and what I'm really thinking. So you guys can just leave your comments or message me or leave it on the Sleep Deprived Instagram of what you want to hear, and I will try my best to do what you guys want, because at the end of the day, this is for you.
I vote Jason Statham.